Hello everyone, welcome to the Kali Linux tutorial for beginners. So before we dive straight into the command line interface, we're gonna have a quick overview of the graphical user interface of Kali, some settings, preferences, and some few tools. So without further ado, let's get started. Right click here, you could create a folder and name it what you want. Just name it there or directory, create, and right click again. You could also open terminal here. Let's close this one. You could also modify desktop settings. There's a background wallpaper you could change here, but I prefer this one. And style, you could also change to tiled or stretch, but I prefer this zoomed. There's also menus, icons, and let's close this one. And let's take a look of the directory called tuner. So these directories live in this directory, the Kali user, and file system. Later in this lecture or series, there's a separate lecture for this. I will explain this one by one. And just now, now, just know that this bin stands for binaries, dev for devices, it, etc or etc or etc, home, libraries, opt or optionals, root the root home directory of the root user, and has been for system binaries, temp for temporary. And let's close this one and let's go to the if you hover your mouse here and click this icon, and there's the terminal emulator that you know by now, and exploit database or exploit db is an archive of exploits. It is a very useful resource for identifying possible weaknesses of machines or systems. There are lots and lots of free exploits here that you can use to compromise the system and all applications. Uh, the BIF, the browser exploitation framework, it has a very beautiful graphical user interface, so easy to use. It can hook browsers in your network and even externally. And let's scroll here. Burpsuit, one of the most popular, if not, it is the most popular tool used for web app pen test. Chances are if you're engaged in a project of web app penetration testing or bug bounty, then you're gonna use this tool most oftentimes. And what else? Ethercap used for man-in-the-middle attack. And there's also the Firefox ESR and the Hashcat, cracking engine tool, particularly for cracking hashes. It is indeed very powerful as it has every modules of every hash algorithms out there. You can also set your graphics card here to work on cracking hashes, and the speed will increase extremely. And the Hydra, password cracking tool. Also the John or JTR, the John the Reaper, password cracking tool also. And what else? Let's scroll. Okay, the Medusa, password cracking tool also. And of course, the Metasploit framework. This tool is used by many ethical hackers and even script kiddies. I recommend this tool to start with, where you can practice to compromise a system. It is very powerful yet easy to use because it is automatic. It comes with over 2,000 exploits for gaining initial access, and it has the famous Meterpreter shell. Not only that, but also has auxiliary modules, which is for enumeration or scanning. It is also has post exploitation modules used when you already compromise the system. Example, if you want to keylog the strokes, keylog, yes, and screen record or open the webcam and so on. But of course, as an ethical hacker, you are not allowed to do that without permission. And Mimikatz, there is a post exploitation tool used for red teaming, think. And the Nessus, one of the most popular vulnerability scanning tool. It is recommended by many cybersecurity experts and net discover to discover machines in your network. Nikto also a vulnerability scanning tool, particularly for web application, and the Nmap, of course, stands for network mapper. It is a tool also used by many hackers. It can be used to find live hosts on a network, perform port scanning, ping sweeps, OS detection, and version detection. But it also has the power to find vulnerabilities as it has many Nmap scripting engines or NSE. You can be ethical hacker if you don't know how to use this tool. But don't worry, it is very easy to use. You just have to learn how to comprehend the output. Uh, it is also one of the core tools used by network administrators to map their networks. Also, Nmap has a GUI or graphical user interface called ZenMap. Okay, what else? Of course, the Wireshark, a tool mainly used by network administrators but also used by hackers, as this tool can log or sniff traffic that passes over a part of a network. Yes, it can sniff all the traffic, absolutely everything from physical layer to application layer of the OSI model. So now, uh, so those are the some few tools installed in Kali, but you can use those tools without learning how to use terminal. So let's click this one and right click here. You could open subterminal here or vertically. You could also change open a new tab. There's actions, edit, view, help, and let's go to the preferences. You could change the color scheme if you want to change to Tango, apply. But I prefer this Kali Dark. And you could also change the tab positions. I prefer the bottom, apply. Okay. Then behavior, shortcuts. Later, we're gonna cover everything here. And of course, many tricks that are not shown here. Just okay. So now there's a drop down bookmarks, and let's close this one. Let's close this one. And so we're going to live or spend 99% of the time on the command line interface in this series. Trust me, it is very interesting to learn commands. So let's get our hands dirty. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next lecture.